MockingJay people? I have finally come to the realization that we don't really have a title for fans of the Hunger Games series, and I think we need to come up with one. I'm not really good at naming things. I've never been good at naming things, so I'm leaving it up to you, the viewer. Please submit your suggestions as to what we should call the Hunger Games fan people. I mean, you got Twilighters, and I can't remember what Harry Potter fans call themselves. Maybe Potters. Or whatever. But the Hunger Games fans don't really have a title, and I'm not sure if we're ever going to have a title, but it would be nice if somebody could really come up with a really awesome name. So I'm assigning that mission to you, the viewer. Submit some now. Furthermore, we have some MockingJay.net announcements and news. And to start it off, we have a TikTok contest. It is going to basically be you, the fan, submitting original lyrics or just creative new lyrics to the song TikTok by Kesha. I think it's Kesha. And basically you're turning those lyrics into ones that will apply towards the Hunger Games series, and JD and Kimmy will pick the best lyrics and take them and put them into their parody video that they are coming up with. It is all very, very exciting, and I think it's going to be great seeing Kimmy and JD pull this off, and I'm super excited about it. And no, I will not be submitting an entry because I don't want to make your ears bleed. I just like listening to music. I don't like expressing it. So be sure to check out MockingJay.net. I will be putting a link in the sidebar to the contest where you can check out all the little details and find out how you can submit an entry. Kimmy and JD, the host of the Jabberjays podcast, have recently posted a new one this past week with their guest Becca and Andrew. It was really awesome. If you haven't already listened to it, or if you are unfamiliar with the Jabberjays, you need to be supporting them seriously because they are very good. They're always entertaining. They always have great discussions, and I think that you should go ahead and check it out. It's already posted on the website, so just go to MockingJay.net and you will be able to find it very, very easily. Also, if you have not been checking out the Discussion Wednesdays, you need to be doing so because you are missing out a lot and you're not being a joiner-inner. I just came up with that. This past Wednesday, the discussion question was all about Katniss and Gale's relationship. What do you think it means? Do you think they're going to end up together? Where do you think it's going to go? How do you think it's going to affect them? I mean, basically, it's just all about Katniss and Gale. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm Team Peeta or if I'm Team Gale. I always root for the underdog, so Gale is kind of winning right now, and I may end up just being Team Gale because I like Peeta. Peeta's awesome. High five, Peeta. But Gale, I don't know. There's just something about him that I prefer. Be sure to join in every Discussion Wednesday. There's always some really good ones. So yeah, go share your opinions at MockingJay.net. For those of you who have been living under a rock, the cover art and title of the third book of the Hunger Games trilogy has been revealed. And when I saw it, I couldn't help but think of Kimmy and JD. I mean, wow guys, I knew that you had some influence on Susan Collins and their book publishing company, but I had no idea you had this type of influence. I mean, seriously, how did you get them to name the third book after our website? I mean, I know our website rocks, but I mean, the fact that they actually wanted to name it after our website is just so cool. So you can be sure whenever I get my copy of MockingJay, I'm definitely going to write on the cover in the little corner right underneath MockingJay, I'm going to put .net. Just because we all know where they got the idea for the name. So high five to Kimmy and JD for being able to pull that off. No, I'm just joking. They didn't actually have any that type of influence on naming the third book. It would be really awesome if they did, but they don't. And I just thought it was a really awesome coincidence that they named it MockingJay, and I thought it was pretty wicked awesome. So Now that we have revealed and I have showed that to you, I'm pretty sure most of you have already saw it, you've dreamed about it, you're waiting for August 24th to come around, but let's go ahead and talk about some theories. First off, MockingJay, when you line up the Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and you have MockingJay beside it, it's very different from the other two. The first two are kind of dark, just the covers, and they're just different. You look at it and you just know. The Hunger Games, the first one, is very much uniform to me. It looks very kind of strict and it reminds me of the military. The second book, Catching Fire, whenever I look at the cover, it looks like the bird is entrapped. And it also looks like there's kind of like a little bit of a fire starting behind it. If you checked out the previous Jabberjays podcast, I'm pretty sure Kimmy and JD and everyone talked about this, of how much MockingJay is different, and also how the MockingJay in the third book kind of looks like it's breaking free. And I highly agree with this. Whenever I started looking at the MockingJay background with the circles, and also if you look at the Hunger Games and Catching Fire, they all have those circles that are kind of connected together by a line. And everyone is kind of, I don't know what everyone's theories are on what those circles are and what they represent, but to me, I think they represent the districts. For instance, the first book, in the circle that's connected to the other ones, there's that MockingJay pen that they have, and I think that represents the district where Kat was. In Catching Fire, I think it represents the same thing. I think it's Katniss's district. I think the MockingJay is there, but it's also, like Kimmy said in the podcast, it looks like it's caged. And in MockingJay, when you look behind it, it looks like that district has been broken. And I think that it's either talking about District 13 or another district, which I can't go into detail because I don't want to give any spoilers. So I think the circle that is behind the free-flying MockingJay is very much District 13. I think it kind of represents a crumbling of the capital. I think it represents a war breaking out. And I think this one is going to be probably the gruesome one of the series, because you can see how Susan Collins writes action and battle scenes from the actual Hunger Games when the district representatives were there, and Katniss and Peeta and all of them were actually fighting. So that's a little bit of my theories. I'm not really going to go into more detail about that because I want to hear what you have to say. And that's why this webcast question for you, the viewers, is what are your theories on the third installment of the Hunger Games trilogy, MockingJay? What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think is going to die? Where do you think the story is going to take us? I really want to hear what you have to say, and I think that you should share them. From everyone's answers, I'm going to be picking the 3 best theories and discussing them in the next webcast. So your theory could be talked about in the next webcast, so be sure to submit lots. They can be outrageous. I don't care what they are. If you think something's going to happen, trust your gut, share. We'd love to discuss. That's it for this webcast. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.